Alright, so what is up, everybody? First off, Happy New Year's, everybody, all my Whiskribers, all my Whisker gang. And if we have hit 2K before this video goes out, because this is pre-recorded, thank you all so much. Oh my god, I am so grateful for you, and I really appreciate you guys so much. And I don't even know what to say to you. Just thank you so much, and I hope we can keep growing together and being the best of all friends and just Whisker gang on top. You already know how that goes. But anyway, what is up? Welcome back to another banger Whisker Chan video, and in today's video, we are going to go over the impossible and the unthinkable that you are thinking that is unthinkable. Yes! So, yeah, many of you don't know, we've recently got some changes to XIAO and also some changes to Hu Tao. So, honestly, I'm going to tell you what's the saddest of all, what's going to be a sad truth for you XIAO simps out there. Yeah, Hu Tao is going to be probably a lot better than XIAO. Now, hold your horses, maybe not design-wise, because absolutely I believe that this game is about preference. Every character can be good, but some characters in terms of damage are just, you know, a little bit better, just a little bit better. So I feel like I definitely want to go over that in today's video, and the possibility of Hu Tao being better than XIAO and why she will be better than XIAO. And also take everything with a grain of salt, because everything may be scheduled to change as they are updating things constantly with the feedback from 1.3 closed beta testers. So for sure, take everything with a grain of salt. And also, yeah, so anyway, for all you XIAO simps, this is not a video to discourage you from summoning for him, because he is still going to be a good unit. And for all you Hu Tao simps, this is not a video to boost your hype to make you want to summon for her more. This is just a video to describe that she has the potential to be better than XIAO and probably the best unit up to date right now. So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get right into this video. But before we do, if you are new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below. Join the Whiskribers on the grind to 2,100 Whiskribers. Yes, baby, you heard me. 2,100, baby. And also smash that like button down below. Cut on notifications so that you can get all my notifications when I post daily, okay? So anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get into this video. Alright, first things first, I really want to go over Hu Tao for the fact that there was a lot of changes. I went over the changes in the previous video, but I'm going to basically summarize each of the characters. I'm going to summarize Hu Tao, I'm going to summarize XIAO, and explain exactly why Hu Tao may be better than XIAO, and may be more consistent than XIAO and whatnot. And honestly, she's like a really insane unit to me for how she works, and it just makes no sense. So first things first, I want to go over her stat progression, which is something that everybody is very skeptical of because of the fact that her crit damage is right here. And yes, you are probably looking at that like, there's no way. There's no way she gets 88.4% crit damage at level 80 plus or 90. Yeah, guys, that might be the case, and sometimes honey isn't wrong. So for sure, that can change. But right now, what we're looking at is Hu Tao is going to have 88.4% crit damage. But you guys, if you are still skeptical about base attack, and you are new to this, like you've never watched any of my Hu Tao videos, you never watched the glass cannon video, then I will let you know that her base attack is low. But you have to realize that her multipliers on her skills and whatnot really make up for that low attack. Like, I mean by a ton. It makes up for that low attack by a ton. So her base HP also makes up for that too, because of her stats having a HP multiplier, right? So the more HP, based off her max HP, she gets some attack increase. That's what I'm saying. So basically, she has the most HP in the game, basically. I think she has the most HP in the game. She has more HP than Zhongli. So for sure, she has a lot of HP. She's going to be a very, very strong, healthy unit if you build her right? So for sure though, she has a lot of base HP to make up for her base attack for attack increase and for other things, right? And then she has her crit damage, which goes to 88.4%. So this clearly makes up for her base attack. This puts up opportunities for you to build a crit rate build, or for you to build even more crit damage. It's up to you, but the limit, there's no limits. You can do anything with this unit. It's absolutely insane, but preferably building her with some HP will be really good, and we're going to go over exactly why that would be extremely good. But these are essential materials. You can look at these and grind these out, but the only thing you'll be able to grind is the Pyro Edges Find, these flowers in the UA, the Whopper Flower, and Tamora, because these are not yet to be launched or live. These are Mama Geo Shop little crystals. You get them from killing Mama Geo Shops. And if you haven't seen that, go ahead and watch I'll link it at the end of the video. There was a lot of information. It's about Xiao and his changes, right? Because he also needs these materials. So that's what also leads me to believe she's in 1.3, guys. So for sure, I feel like it's guaranteed she's going to be in 1.3. She may not be the first banner, considering that the Sea Lantern Festival is going to be like as soon as 1.3 comes. Sea Lantern Festival, which is February 3rd, I believe. So he's going to probably come out with the Sea Lantern Festival, or we might get surprised and Hu Tao may come out with the Sea Lantern Festival, and it just might, you know, rattle the whole Genshin community, right? So anyway, we have all the multipliers for attack, but this is not what we're really looking at. What we're looking at is this right here. As you do know, we recently got descriptions. Yes, we got descriptions. We have to translate them, of course, but we got some descriptions, and if anything, out of everything, the descriptions are accurate. It's just our multipliers have a possibility of changing. So for sure, let's go ahead and read this description of our elemental skill. Only the uninterrupted flame can wash away the impure things of this world. Walnut consumes part of its health, repels surrounding enemies, and enters a state of dancing on the other side. The other side, butterfly dance. Based on the maximum HP of Walnut, when entering this state, you will increase Walnut's attack power. The attack power gained in this way is increased and can't exceed 300% of Walnut's basic attack power. Convert attack damage to fire element damage. The transformation of this element cannot be covered by enchantment. So that means it cannot be overridden. You cannot override that, right? And then heavy hits will apply the blood plum fragrance or perfume effect to hit enemies, and improve Walnut's ability to resist interruptions. And if you don't know what the blood plum perfume fragrance is, basically once you hit them with this, they will receive every 4 seconds fire element damage, and this damage is regarded as elemental combat skill damage. There can only be one of these debuffs on an enemy at a time, and it can be refreshed by Walnut as long as you have your Walnut in your duration, right? And also, the butterfly dance on the other side will be lifted at the end of the duration, or, you know, Walnut's exit or fall. Now, the crazy thing about this is that they fixed a couple things about this. If you didn't know, if you didn't watch the previous video, basically the activation cost is still going to be 30% HP. I don't know if it's max HP or if it's current HP, because like that would be scary if it's max HP, for the fact that you can only transform 3 times. Like if you think, right? If you think about it, you can only transform 3 times, and then after that, if you transform again, you're just gonna die. Unless you have our elemental burst, which we will go over really soon. So we have our attack increase, which is level 1 3.84, level 10 6.26, and level 15 7.75. This is what I was talking about, and I told you guys basically the attack increase is based off of max HP. The more HP you have, the more of an attack increase you're gonna get. And what you want to do with this unit, I feel like it's gonna be the most optimal choice to do, is to go in this form as much as possible, get the elemental burst. But the more you go into this form, it's gonna take a lot of HP, but at the same time you're gonna be doing lots and tons of damage, because you already have a good base HP, and then you get an HP build, and then you build it even more and build it like at least, like, say for example 60k, and then you get like what, say for example you're level 10, you get 6.26% of your max of 60k HP. That's going to be a lot of additional attack to your unit. And also the blood plum perfume damage goes from 64 at level 1, level 10 115.2, which is really good, and level 15 for all the wells for 152%. And now it only lasts 8 seconds, so every 4 seconds basically it's going to tick 2 times. So it's going to do, say for example you're level 10, it's going to do 115.2% damage for 2 times. That's a lot of damage for a debuff, and considering that you're still going to be doing damage from your attack increase on your transformation, it's going to be insane. The duration of your transformation is 9 seconds, and the cooldown 16. So in all necessity, you're going to transform 9 seconds, and then once you're out of your transformation, you got to wait 9 seconds to go into the transformation again. And actually originally it was a little bit more broken. I think it was like 15 seconds and a 10-second duration. The cooldown was 15, the duration was 10, so like it took like 5 seconds. That was kind of broken, but now we have this right here, so this kind of evens it out for the fact that this form is going to be extremely strong, and I feel like this transformation might be the strongest in the game. It's going to probably be stronger than Child's for sure, and it's definitely most likely going to be stronger than Xiao's, considering what they're doing to Xiao and how they're nerfing him, right? So it probably will. Take that with a grain of salt. Anyway, we have our God Soother, which is where everything comes in, like it just comes in, right? So I'm going to read the description and explain as simply as I can. Wave the fiery soul, causing a large area of fire element damage. When hitting an enemy, the Walnut's health is restored based on the maximum HP of Walnut. This effect works up to 5 enemy hits, and Walnut's health is, if Walnut health is lower or equal to 50% when the skill hits, it will cause higher damage and it will also heal. So basically, guys, we're looking at a DPS unit, our very first DPS unit in the game that can heal themselves. And I believe that's right. Yeah, Jean could be a DPS, so she can heal herself too. Okay, basically what I'm saying is a main field. She's similar to, let's say for example, she's gonna get her energy particle. She's not gonna have a stingy energy particle build like Razor, but she's gonna be someone you can leave on the field constantly and deal tons and tons, like I mean massive damage, and also you can heal yourself. So I feel like this is very versatile and very unique, a very unique feature for a DPS character in this game, especially a pyro user in this game. Is absolutely insane to me. But basically right here we have the skill damage, which is just regular damage if you're not low HP. Goes from level 1 303, and then level 10 493, and then level 15 611. But if you have low health, right, this is the skill damage. 379 at level 1 and level 10 617. That is a big difference from 493, guys. And then level 15 is 764, almost 800%, right? And then there's also the skill regeneration HP that you have when you're regular. So say for example you didn't lose any health, you like have basically almost full health, you lost like 2k health, right? Well, your skill damage will do, say for example you're level 10, you will do 493.95% damage, right? And then you will regenerate 10.2% of your max HP. Say for example you have low health now, you will do 617.44%. I keep doing that. And then you will also heal for 13.6 max HP. So it's ideal for you to get this character to low HP so that you can do the maximum effects and also heal for the maximum and just do maximum damage as much as possible. And also the cooldown is 15 seconds, the energy cost is 60. So it doesn't have a really steep energy cost and the cooldown is actually really good. I feel like definitely that she's going to be able to get her energy back really fast, for the fact that we have this for you're going to be in this form for 9 seconds. Even though it only lasts 9 seconds, you're still going to be able to get your energy particles pretty fast, and if you have a battery on the team like Albedo, you'll definitely be able to get it back really fast. So anyway, let's go ahead and go over her passives. When the butterfly is hidden, imposing after the end of the butterfly dance state, which is an elemental skill, the critical strike rate of all characters in the team excluding Walnut or Hu Tao is increased by 12% for 8 seconds. So you're going to increase your team's crit chance or crit rate by 12% for 8 seconds, which is a really good support. It's sad that it doesn't go on to, you know, Hu Tao or Walnut, but at the same time it's okay because really you're going to be focusing on building Hu Tao with a crit rate build, depending on if that crit damage is still going to stay the same. If she really gets 88.4% crit damage, like at level 80 plus 90, that's literally like setting up for so many opportunities to build with a crit rate build. Or you can just build more crit damage and then have a little bit of crit rate on the substats and then try to make up for the see if you can hit those big numbers, you know what I'm saying, just in case, right? So, and then we also have the second passive, which is the passive that actually carries her extremely well, and also another reason why you should go below 50% health when using this unit. When Hu Tao's HP is equal to or less than 50%, her pyro damage bonus is increased by 25%. So once you hit that go below 50% damage, 50% health, I meant, then you're gonna have increased 25% pyro damage. Now you can combine this with this and then have the low skill, you can have the skill damage at low health, right? So say for example you're below 50% health, right? You now have the pyro 25% pyro damage bonus, and then you have low health, meaning you're gonna do one of these, you're gonna do your low skill damage, right? It's low HP skill damage. And level 10 does 617.44%, and you're gonna heal a lot. So it's like very beneficial to go low HP to heal a lot. I mean, you don't have to necessarily, but this character is a character you have to play on edge. It's very unique. I feel like it's very unique, and it's gonna take a lot of skill because you don't know how hard it is to avoid a Frost Law Churl in Dragon Spot. Those are something else. But anyway, guys, basically that's how she works. Really, she's gonna be an insane unit, and I feel like why is she gonna be better than XIAO? I want to go over XIAO before I actually declare why she's gonna be better, in my opinion. Now, I'm not talking about design. I really feel like they are on equal footing right now because, you know, they're both really good units, but at the same time, XIAO's had a lot of hotfixes that have, you know, downgraded him, but they didn't downgrade him to a point to where the character's unusable and not fun. Because the unit XIAO is still going to be fun, and Hu Tao is going to be fun. It's just that Hu Tao has not received the nerfs that our boy XIAO has received. Like, he's received tons of nerfs, and honestly, I feel like it's disappointing to the Genshin community, but it was well needed because he was actually pretty broken. Like, he was broken. I feel like they're definitely gonna do hotfixes. They're gonna do hotfixes to Hu Tao for the fact that she looks really broken. Her stats seem broken. Her elemental burst seems broken. But at the same time, they already gave her 106 attack. So I feel like all the stuff that she has in her kit makes up for that 106 that low attack. It makes up so much. So I feel like definitely this is okay because it has an equal balance, equivalent exchange really. So anyway, let's go ahead and go over Xiao, and then let's go over why I feel like Hu Tao is going to be better than Xiao. Now here we got the boy Xiao, and like I said, guys, this game is about preference. My preference will be Hu Tao, but I'm gonna get both really. If I was free to play though, I would go for Hu Tao for the fact that she looks good. One, she looks good, and then two, she's extremely good. So, but what I want to say about Xiao is everybody is still summoning for Xiao. Keep saving your gems because he's still worth it, and it's not like he's not worth it. It's just that Hu Tao offers a little bit more. It looks like she offers a little bit more. So for sure, keep going for Xiao because he is also a good unit. Getting 2 transformation units in one patch is kind of crazy, or one update is kind of crazy. So anyway, we have a 5-star animal user, pole arm user, Xiao, guys. So yeah, like I said, save your gems still. Go for it, not your gems. Save all your intertwined fate, save your pity, save all that, because he is still a unit that is worth it. And for his changes have been for the better, for the fact that it's going to make him an extremely better unit. So anyway, for stat progression, we have the base HP is 12k, right? His base attack is 349, which is a lot of attack. It's more than Albedo, who we have currently, even though Albedo is really sub DPS support. Anyway, but we have 349, almost 400 base attack on Xiao, which is really good. And then we have the crit rate percent, which can go from level 80 plus 24.2% to level 90 24.2%. Now, as I said, they both, Hu Tao and Xiao, have the same essential materials, not as in these, but as in the Mama Geo shop. You need these. Once the update launches, you'll get to go against these and get all these. You're gonna need a good amount of these, by the way. Anyway, these are the materials if you want to grind those out right now. If you haven't been grinding them out, what are you doing? Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and go over. And these are his multipliers for his normal attacks and charge attacks. And now we have his elemental skill, which is Lymphatic 1 second. This has had some changes, and I don't mean to the actual skill right here. It's actually in the passive where they changed a couple things about it that buffs the skill. Anyway, Xiao lunges forward, dealing animal damage to opponents in his path. This can be used in midair. Now, that is one thing about Xiao that really beats Hu Tao, though, in my opinion, is that you can be versatile with his elemental skill. And what I mean by versatile is you could jump and do it. You could be like the highest of high and then just like Lymphatic 1 cycling. Or, you know, you can like go in any direction you want. You can go side, forward. If you do WA, you go like this way. You could go everywhere. Like, it's so, I feel like it's versatile, and I feel like it's really good. And starting off with 2 charges is really good, especially for C0. And also the skills damage at level 1 is 252, level 10 is 455, and level 15 is 600. And the cooldown is 10 seconds for each charge. So what this gets back his energy really fast to get his elemental burst, which is right here, which they have buffed basically, even though they buffed / nerfed, but it's really a buff in my opinion, for the fact that let's go ahead and go over what it does first. It greatly increases his jumping ability. It increases his attack and AoE damage, right? It converts all his damage to animal damage and cannot be overrated with any elemental infusion. And in this state, you will continuously lose HP. This effect skill will end when Xiao leaves the field or the duration ends. And basically here it is right here. So it used to be normal attack and charge attack, and then it used to go up to 126.3% or something like that, right? But they nerfed it to where it goes to 117, and this is if you well the character for level 15 talents, right? But if you don't well the character, it goes to 95. So as you can see, it's 95.2 at level 10. And what is so good about it now? Well, it's the fact that, yeah, normal charge attack damage was really good, but for the fact that we didn't really use normal or charge attacks once we went into the Yaksha form, we really used plunge damage, for the fact that's what the character was based on, literally smacking the earth. Well, they added that in addition to his talent. They added plunge damage, attack damage bonus. So that's really good. I feel like that's a plus, and I feel like that's like semi going back to the closed beta test where he had a talent that had plunge damage, where you could increase it and get more plunge damage out of it. So I feel like this is really decent. I like this. I love that they did this because you're literally not going to be using normal and charge attacks really, but now you probably are, considering how they nerfed him a little bit. But he's still going to be able to do plunge damage, and you're still going to be able to do a lot of plunge damage. So for sure, level 10, 95.2% of plunge damage. Like, you get additional plunge damage. It's going to be so good. It's going to be so good. I feel like it's good. It's going to be good in my opinion, right? So anyway, the life drain is still the same. It has the current HP, as you can see, from 3% from level 3, and then level 4, 5, and 6 go 2.5, and level 7 and up go 2% current HP per second. And the duration of this is 15 seconds. So you're in this form for 15 seconds. The cooldown is 18 seconds. And their energy cost went from 60 to 80 to 70. So that is a buff. So now we have a lower energy cost. So it's going to make it reasonably easier to get get his Yaksha form and also do this amazing damage, because he's still good. He's gonna do plunge damage attack now, right? So it's gonna be so good having additional plunge damage. And as you can see up here, we have the low high plunge damage, which could go up to 375 and then 468. So you're basically, once you go into his Yaksha form, you're gonna be spamming a ult, basically. Like, you're gonna be spamming a elemental burst in an elemental burst. So that's going to be extremely cool. That's why I feel like XIAO is going to be, he's going to be really good. But at the same time, why is Hu Tao going to be better than this character? First, let's go over the passives. We have Conqueror of Evil, Tamer of Demons. While under the elemental burst, all damage dealt by XIAO is increased by 5%. The damage increases by further 5% every 3 seconds. So basically, after 15 seconds, you have a maximum damage bonus of 25%. Originally, before they nerfed this, the duration went from 15, 15, 15, all these 15s to 17 once you leveled up past a certain talent level, right? Well, why was that good? It was the fact that because his passive Tamer of Demons, once you are in the form for 15 seconds, you get a 25% damage bonus, and then you have additional 2 seconds because of the 17 seconds of after leveling up the talent, and you have 2 seconds to deal that additional 25% damage. Well, now as soon as you get 25% damage, this is going to disappear. You're not going to be able to get the full extent of his power, for the fact that as soon as you get the full power of Tamer of Demons on his passive, the duration is going to end. So that kind of sucks, and I feel like that's really a downfall. I think they should have kept it at 17 seconds once you leveled it up, so that you could enjoy doing 25%, increased 25% damage bonus for 2 seconds, literally. I don't think that was really broken for the 2 seconds, but it is what it is. They did that, and that's why I feel like that's kind of unbalanced. But they'll fix it probably. We will see. Anyway, we have his other passive, which has also changed. Dissolution Eon Heaven Fall. Once you use one of your lymphatic one cyclings, the next one has a 15% increased damage bonus, right? And then also the change that they did to this is basically, it used to be that this effect lasts for 7 seconds, and basically you have 7 seconds to do the next lymphatic wind cycling and have an additional 15% increased damage. But they increased it to 7 seconds now. So I feel like that's good, because usually when it was 6 seconds, say for example you only have 2 lymphatic wind cyclings, but you have a maximum of 3 stacks, right? You only have 2, but you have a maximum of 3. You have to use 1 lymphatic wind cycling, right? And then you have to wait like 5 seconds, then do the next one. And then as soon as you do the next one, you'll almost have the 10-second cooldown almost over, and then you'll have the 7 seconds, which is a lot of math you have to do, but basically you'd have to use skill in order to make it to where you will get the maximum stack of 3 if you do not have Constellation 1, because Constellation 1 does grant you an additional charge, which will basically support this passive extremely well, right? And gaining a new stack refreshes the effect's duration. Okay, so like I said, if you had Constellation 1, that would support his lymphatic wind cycling passive. And also another thing to note is that his passive right here for the 25% increased damage bonus, it does kind of suck for the fact that you're not going to be able to really use it, because as soon as you get it, you're going to lose the form. But at least it's going to build up. You're going to be able to do 5, 10, you're going to be like 3, 6, 9, 12, right? 5, 10, 15, 20. You're going to at least have a 20% increased damage bonus at least. But having that extra additional 5% would be really good. I feel like it would be way better, for the fact that, I mean, they're showing that he could go up to 25%, but they're also showing that as soon as you get 25%, like as soon as, your form's going to end. So that kind of does suck about him. That's one of his downfalls, but he is still a good unit. No matter how, like, these nerfs aren't even that severe, and this crit rate, I feel like this is a buff, because of the fact he's going to crit more. And also, if you did not know, his best weapon is the Primordial Jade, which has built-in crit rate. What does this mean, guys? That means that you're going to have, like, what? You can have up to 60% crit rate or something like that, right? I think 60 or 50% crit rate, meaning you can go full on in with a crit damage build. You don't even have to focus on any of his stats being crit rate. You don't have to focus on his logos being crit rate. You can focus on that fully being a gold artifact with crit damage substats. You got crit rate substats if you want, it's up to you, but you're really gonna have 50% to 60% crit rate on XIAO. So I feel like it's gonna be insane having crit rate as a substat, and then a substat of your stat progression, and then have a crit rate as the secondary stat of your weapon, which is the Primordial Jade, is going to make him a crit machine. And I've already seen some people that have, like, you know, crit builds for crit damage of 170, 180%. So I feel like you guys are definitely gonna benefit if you have the if this stays the same, if the crit rate stays the same on the stat progression, and also if you have the Primordial Jade, which has built-in secondary stat crit rate. So I feel like it's definitely gonna be broken. But why do I feel like Hu Tao is better than XIAO? Well, in my case, the fact that her crit, first off, her crit damage, unlike XIAO, her crit damage is built in, and she goes up to 88.4%. Now, take this with a grain of salt, things can change, but right now what we're looking at is this right here. So, her crit damage goes up 88.4%. She has a lot of HP, even though she has low base attack. All this makes up for it 100%. She has really good defense as well, if you did not notice. But basically what I'm trying to say is why is she better is because of the fact that her elemental skill is very consistent. You're probably saying, how's that consistent? You have to wait 9 seconds to go into the form. Well, it's the fact that she has a transformation in the first place, right? Once she goes into this transformation, she's applying a debuff that does damage over time for 4 seconds, basically ticking for 2 times. And if you well this unit, you could do like 152% damage on that Blood Pump Perfume debuff for 2 times, right? And then you're also doing all this damage based off your max HP. So having HP on this character, it makes her good. And having HP in general is good because the more health you have, the longer you're going to live. But at the same time, say for example, you get hit like 5 times, you're in stun, you keep getting hit, boom, you have low HP. Now, you're going to do massive damage on your elemental burst. And you're also going to do massive damage because once you go in your activation, once you activate this for your 30% HP, you're going to go into a pyro mode. You're going to have all your damage going to be pyro damage. What does that mean? Once you're below 50% HP, her passive kicks in. She gets the 25% increased pyro damage bonus. She's supporting herself so much based off of HP, right? And it makes her an insane unit. Even though, yes, you have to live on the edge with her. You don't have to live on the edge with Xiao, really. But you have to live on the edge with Hu Tao. But once you live on that edge, I promise you're never going to know anything better because she's going to be an insane unit and she's going to do tons of damage. I feel like having that based off HP thing, the factor of basing off HP is really, really good. And having this debuff on her elemental skill is extremely good. And for doing that much damage, like these multipliers are insane for elemental skill with additional transformation and activation, right? So I feel like that's absolutely insane. The cooldowns, I mean not the cooldowns, the durations of the Blood Pump Perfume as well as the activation or the transformation is insane to me as well. The cooldown is not bad, it's really balanced in my opinion. And also, why is she better? This is another reason, the God Soother. Not only does she do massive damage, and then like if you have so much versatility on this for the fact that either way, say for example, you lose a lot of HP on Xiao. You could go into his Yaksha form and then you're going to lose HP continuously. So you're going to be able to put out some damage, but you're not going to do additional damage. Now you're probably saying, yeah, of course not. Well, that's where she comes in, and that's why she's also another reason she's better. It's for the fact that once you go into her form, right? Or once you just like in general just play the character and you have low HP, you have a low HP skill damage that scales even higher than your original damage, meaning you're benefiting from going low. You're benefiting from having high HP, you're benefiting from having low HP, and then at the same time, the lower your HP, the more you will heal yourself once you do this. And the more regular your HP, like you lose no HP, the regular you will heal this, right? So you heal 10.2% at level 10. So I feel like definitely for a unit that can heal themselves as well as do tons of damage based on their HP, low HP, tons of damage. High HP, regular damage. Regular damage is still very viable and still very good. You don't even have to go low HP with this character. But what this really prones us to know is that you can go low, really low, and have like, you know, try not to die as best you can. Have Jade Shield from Solia or something, right? You can go really low and do tons of damage and basically eradicate the field, guys. So I feel like definitely, and then for the fact, I'm telling you, this passive makes her extremely broken. It makes her so viable. I feel like definitely she's better because she also is a versatile unit and she's also different, but at the same time, every unit in the game is different. So you really can't compare them and say, okay, this one's better than this one. But in terms of multipliers, in terms of damage, in terms of healing themselves, this is where it's at. I'm telling you, this character right here, I did not expect this to happen, but she is going to be better than Xiao, and it is the sad truth, but Xiao will always have the best design in the game most likely, unless Dane's Sleeve comes out really soon. And also another thing to note is that Xiao is extremely good still, so for all you summoning for him, you go for him still. He is not a bad unit. He is going to be extremely good either way, so I feel like definitely you should still go for him without a doubt. Save your stuff, save your pity, save your intertwined fate, save your primal gems, because you can go for whoever you want. I'm just letting you know my opinion. What I feel like is that Hu Tao is extremely way better than Xiao. Well, not on the extreme note, but I'm being very exaggerated. She's really good. She's really better than Xiao by like 2 hairs, basically, right? For the fact that she can do what Xiao can't. She can heal herself off her activation, which takes her HP, and Xiao's activation takes his HP as well, and he doesn't heal himself. So I feel like she's a 2-in-1. She's a 2-in-1 Xiao. She's like, say for example you run Xiao, you're gonna have to run Jean or you're gonna have to run a healer to get his health back. Well, with her, you don't have to run no healer. You can heal yourself once you get her burst, and you can do tons of damage once you go into her form. If you have low HP, you do even more damage. So I feel like definitely in terms of damage, in terms of all that, she is the best. In terms of design and character concept and everything, I said Kirito. Well, his voice actor, Xiao's voice actor is Kirito. So I feel like definitely that boy Xiao is still gonna be good. He's still gonna be really good. He still looks good. He's still gonna do good. And that's the end of the discussion. But at the same time, guys, both of these units are insane, and I feel like definitely Hu Tao triumphs Xiao. So that's my opinion, and that's what I feel. And these stats really tell everything. And honestly, I just can't believe that if Hu Tao comes in 1.3, guys, it's gonna be a rattle. I know that some of you are confused, but honestly, I hope this video helped you because they're both good units. I feel like you shouldn't be like, oh my god, but Xiao's better, because both units look good. Both units are good, so it's really up to your preference. But at the same time, Hu Tao does a little bit more damage than Xiao. So I feel like definitely if she doesn't get hotfixed like crazy, like Zhong Li hotfix, then she will be extremely viable with everything she has right now. And I feel like she will be the best unit in the game up to date once we get her. Because of everything she can do, the versatility of her HP, the more HP you have, the better. It's just so good. It's so good. And I'm happy that this goes off of max HP right here. This right here, max HP. If it was current HP, it would have been bad. Because like every time you lose HP, you would make it to where you lose HP, you get the 25% increase pyro damage bonus, and you're also going to do more damage on your elemental burst, but at the same time you're not going to have a lot of attack or increase because of the HP being current. Well, since it's max, say for example you go into this form, right? You do the butterfly dance, you have the activation cost, you're in this form for 9 seconds, you have the increased attack. Say for example you well this unit, you have level 15, right? You have increased attack based off your max HP of 7.75%. Once you have that 7.75% and you do her elemental burst, and you have, like, say for example low skill, you have the low skill damage for low health, right? Or the high skill damage for low health is what I should be saying. You're gonna do tons of damage plus your attack increase because you gotta have the activation on while you're in while you do your elemental burst. You got the activation on, so you can do that additional attack increase with this additional skill damage at low health, and then you're gonna regenerate your health. She's broken. She has so many possibilities, so many things she could do, and honestly, I feel like that's why she's just so much better than Xiao. Xiao's versatile, but she is versatile. She's not only versatile, she's a support for herself, and she's also she's going to be a strong character for sure. So anyway, guys, that's my opinion. That's what I feel. That's why I feel like Hu Tao is way better than Xiao. You guys can take it how you want it, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's about preference. I'm going to summon for both because I love both characters, because both characters are still good. But in my opinion, if I was free to play, I would literally just look my way towards Hu Tao. I don't care how many waifus you got. Hu Tao is the one because of what she can do and how she looks. It's amazing. So, and also if you didn't know, she's cool with Zhong Li. So if that, you know, gives you a plus. Anyway, that's really about it for this video. I'm so happy for this. I can't wait for this to come out. I can't wait for Hu Tao to come out because I really want to play with this unit really bad. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope this video did open up your eyes to why Hu Tao, in my opinion, is a little bit better than Xiao. And I hope it did open your eyes to some, like, you know, comparisons, like, as to why Xiao can be better than her, possibly, if you think that. And tell me down below in the comment section if you actually think that. So, but yeah, I really like the fact that both of these units are transformation units. Both of these are extremely unique to themselves. But in terms of uniqueness, who has the more uniqueness? That is Hu Tao, for the fact she has so much to her. She has so much to her kit that it makes no sense. You'd think a unit like, you'd think that she wouldn't have this much. We all thought she was a 4-star like a couple months ago. So like now she's like insane. So anyway, guys, that's about it for this video. I am very appreciative for everybody who came out to watch this video, especially since it's New Year's, you know, because, you know, I know this is the day you spend time with your family, you celebrate New Year's and whatnot, but I am very happy for everybody who watched this video, and I am thankful. So I appreciate you, and thank you for your time. But anyway, I hope you did enjoy, and if you did enjoy, make sure you smash that like button down below. Join the subscribers on the grind to 2,100 by smashing that subscribe button down below, and also cutting on my notifications to get my daily uploads and notifications to those uploads, right? So anyway, guys, that's about it, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.